Tomlin talks about this all the time. What he's saying right now is they've tried everything and they are no longer running to coaching. They're pushing themselves away from it to know what they can do with Daniel Jones, who they feel stability with.
Well, RC, I'll push back on you on this one point. You're mentioning a lot about coaching. The person to keep your eyes on is Ballard, the GM. I know that Andrew Luck abruptly retired. Nobody saw that coming. But that was in 2018. This man has had 6 years to figure this out as the GM of this team. And I'm looking at this guy, Jacoby Brissett, Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Anthony Richardson, and now Daniel Jones. He will be the 6th different week 1 starter for the Indianapolis Colts in the last 7 years.
It's hard to survive,
at some point in time, you are the executive.
Yep.
You got to figure this out. And it ain't like this happened last season. This was in 2018. You got to figure this out. You got to find your team a quarterback. That's Ballard.
And the thing is this, Anthony Richardson, this is on you. You know what the book is going to be on you from the Indianapolis Colts. If you didn't work hard enough, you better work harder. If you didn't show up early, you better show up early. If you didn't stay late, you better stay later. There's going to be a belief about you that you cannot get this done because of your football character and who you are, not how talented you are. And if you ever want to change that and get a job, you better work on it right now in this backup role to show them that you can be more than you were away from the field.
That moment in Houston where he tapped out of that game,
that was the end
is something he's going to battle for the rest of his career.
Yep.
He's going to have to play so far and above the image that is burned into people's minds about what he did that game. Like, here it is.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think we kind of like unanimously said this. In all of our history, we've never seen this happen before, a quarterback do that. He may do that because he's hurt, but not because he's tired. That is what he's going to be battling for the rest of his career.
We'll leave it there. When we come back here on First Take, more NFL to get into. With getting Rodgers in Pittsburgh comes more pressure for Mike Tomlin. Is he the coach under the biggest microscope to win this season? Plus, it's our favorite segment of the week, First Take fam. What are you mad about, Mad Dog?
And look at this nonsense! This is ridiculous! How dare you? Let me finish! What's the matter with that damn? That is absurd! No! What?
Strike me down!
Yes, sir! That drove me nuts! I am strong and powerful. I can't hear you guys! They took my headset off! Strike me down! Strike me down! Strike me down! That's last week.
Oh, Mad Dog, I could use a good laugh.
And by the way,
I already had Stephen A's daughter, Samantha.
She was
great.
great.
See if you can follow that up.
What personality. And I'll tell you right now, if you think this show doesn't have any juice, I did the Alonso thing last week. You were here with the home run. That got so much in New York because I killed the Mets in this big home run thing. Yeah. Oh, my God, did I get killed all over the place. Did you know that?
I believe it.
But I'm right. At the end of the day, Chris Christie calling me up, killing me. I'm right at the end of the day with that.
You're always right, Mad Dog.
Here we go. You know I'm down in a home run. All right, number one, and the great Feinbaum did this yesterday, so I hesitated to do it again. But I'm mad at Harbaugh, who didn't want to answer any questions yesterday. What a job by Tony Petitti 2 years ago, the Big Ten commissioner, who had the guts to suspend Harbaugh for a couple of games because of that sign-stealing thing with the kid on the sideline with the offensive coach. How about the NCAA yesterday? They gave Michigan a $30 million fine. They suspended an extra game on the head coach. He got 2. Now he has 3. And they embarrassed them to no end. Harbaugh ran out of town when the running was good to go to the Chargers. And this is really, they can play in the postseason. We can argue what we want about that. The NCAA didn't go far enough. Or we don't want to punish the current Wolverine player. That's debatable. Here was what I like about it. Michigan likes to think that they're Notre Dame. It drives me crazy. We're Michigan and you ain't. We're the great Michigan. Great university. Played football since Eddie Yost back in 1900. Bo Schembechler, all the great things that Michigan has done. And you know what Michigan showed? The kid got suspended for 8 years. He can't go anywhere near the program. Michigan showed that they do the same thing that you do down the street to win a ball game. They did that against Central Michigan. They were stealing signs. And Michigan, I know those Michigan folks right now got to be embarrassed that they won a championship, and nobody's saying that championship is tainted, just like the Astros with the home run thing with the Dodgers and 17 people killing Houston because of sign stealing. You know, I'm not going to go that way. Same with the Patriots against the Rams. But here's what I do think that is very interesting with this. Michigan thinks they're above the law. Michigan thinks we don't have to do that. We're Michigan. We play in the big house. 102,000 people. We're a great academic university. All that nonsense, that garbage that I can't stand. This puts that to rest forever because Michigan were desperate to win, and they cheated to do it. And that, to me, what you saw at the NCAA, and they owe Petitti an apology. All those fans killed Petitti forever, that Big Ten commissioner. They booed the hell out of him when he went to Indianapolis to give them the Big Ten trophy when they won the championship game. He turned out to be 100% right, and the NCAA verified it. So anti-Michigan is number one.
Stephen A., you take it first.
If the NCAA verified it, and you're on national TV right now confirming the obvious that Michigan cheated, why shouldn't there be a discussion as to the legitimacy of their national championship?
Yeah.
If they cheated, and all of us are sitting here acknowledging that a fine that could exceed anywhere from $20 to $30 million, recruiting budget trimmed, confiscation of postseason profits, etc. If all of that is a matter of fact, and it is clear that they cheated, why are we not having a discussion about their championship banner being confiscated?
Agreed.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Lewis?
No, look, I agree, man. Look, $30 million, that's a hefty fine now.
Yeah.
And the fact that they added another game suspension to Sharon Moore's sentence, I mean, it's big time. It's big time. It's undisputable. You have two different bodies that have verified the fact that they cheated. Hey, look, when you start going down this road, it's a slippery slope, man. But I think this opens up a whole nother conversation.
Period, point blank. When you win a championship, it changes the trajectory of your university, of your football team. And so whatever the penalty is, whatever the fines are, it should cripple the university from winning another championship anytime soon. Because when you cheat to do it, the entire fabric of what college football is supposed to be is torn to shreds.
Right, so we have agreement there. All right, number two. I watched some of this Jet-Giant game last weekend, and the Giants obviously with Dart. Wilson threw a nice 80-yard pass. I think the Giants are going to be a much better team than people think. But the Jets, and I understand Aaron Glenn's changing the culture. I understand it's going to take a little while, and I have a decent roster, but they cannot win with this quarterback and throwing 4-yard pass plays. This is an offensive team. This is an offensive league where you got to throw the football down the field, and this was awful. I mean, he's had a terrible preseason. They got one receiver. They got two good running backs. But you got to throw the ball. And their throwing offenses from putrid. Did anybody see this? I mean, if you're a Jet fan, how can you be optimistic?
There.
This is terrible, right?
There.
This is number two. Jet offense. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you're the Jets, it's what are you going to get out of Justin Fields? And what are you going to do moving forward? Is it going to be about his legs? We know they don't game plan in the preseason, but there's going to have to be something done, whether it's using Mason Taylor, moving Garrett Wilson around to get Justin Fields pushing the football down the field.
You better be able to create explosive plays.
Yep.
It's too hard to go 8, 9, 10 play drives and score points down after down after down. That's exactly what defenses want you to do. They want you to have to play that way because the odds are in their favor of stopping you. If they can't create anything more than that, it's going to be a long season.
Yeah, here we agree. Stephen?
The Jets being bad. I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised. Isn't it a 14-year playoff drive?
I think it's more.
Right?
Yeah.
14 years? 14 years. There's nothing to talk about here. We're not surprised.
Number two. All right, number three. This is a little history lesson. Stephen, listen. 83, I'm a radio talk show host in Jacksonville, Florida. I had just started. So I followed Jacksonville's huge in college football. I followed that year very, very seriously. Nebraska was unbelievable. We were talking about it a minute ago. They blew everybody out. 44-6 week one against Penn State, who won the national championship the year before. Irving Fryer was a great wide receiver. Rozier was the running back. He won the Heisman Trophy. Osborne was the head coach. Turner Gill, Dean Steinkuhler. They had they killed everybody. They play in the Orange Bowl, and they have to play Miami. Now, I bring this up as I'm mad about because you see what Auburn did yesterday, not just Cam Newton. They said, well, we've won 9 championships. We're going to honor them as far as the year is concerned throughout the year because we have 9 championships, NCAA titles that we're not honored, we think, properly. One of the ones they come up with is 83 because 83 they lost 1 game. Texas blew them out at home, and they beat Michigan 9-7 in the Sugar Bowl. Well, in the Orange Bowl that year, this great Nebraska team was 12-0. They played Miami. This is Howard Schnellenberger, Boney Kersar, Eddie Brown, Stanley Shakespeare, Alonzo Highsmith. This is a great Miami team. And Miami, an incredible game. The best game I've ever seen in college football. 17-0 they led. Nebraska on the road in the Orange Bowl came storming back. Don Crickey and John Brody on the call NBC on January 1st, 1984.
Names, Bo.
And then on 4th and 8, Jeff Smith, can you run the highlight? Darn it! Jeff Smith on 4th and 8 on a play by Gill. There's Osborne. This is a great coach. There's Schnellenberger, coach of Miami. This is Kosar early in the game with Highsmith. I mean, Miami was incredible. They lost the first game of the year to Florida. This is 4th and 8. They're down by a touchdown. Here's Gill with the backup running back and Smith. They go to their option, boom, right down the field. They tie the game up. Well, before that